Good afternoon, Nova Nation. It's WXVU Sports Director David Szczepanski coming to you from West Campus. Great scenery behind me. The pond is behind me. Finally, the sun is out too on Villanova's campus. Beautiful day, around 60 degrees. And it's a beautiful day for Big East basketball as your Villanova Wildcats will get started with their Big East Conference opener tonight at 7:30 p.m. against Seton Hall. The Wildcats coming to this game off a win against FDU. Villanova has won 4 consecutive contests. They've also won 5 of their last 6. The Wildcats are 7-4 so far this season at the end of non-conference play. As for Seton Hall, they have really struggled. They're 5-6 this year. They lost 4 of their top 5 scorers from last year, especially Kadari Richmond, who is their leading scorer, averaging more than 15 points per contest, 7 rebounds per game. He transferred to St. John's. They also lost Dre Davis as well as Alamir Dawes. And also Jaden Bediako was really their center. Bediako averaged around 8 points per game, but had about 6 rebounds. He did a really good job at rebounding and picking up those second chance opportunities for the Seton Hall team. So really it's a new look Seton Hall team. Of course, Shaheen Holloway always has his team well coached. You remember his run from 2022 with St. Peter's. The leading scorer so far this year for Seton Hall is Isaiah Coleman. Coleman named to the 2024 Big East All-Freshman team. He's averaging 12 points per game. He didn't play a whole lot last year. He averaged just around 5 points per contest, but he's really taken a big step forward, and Seton Hall really has needed him to. Also, they picked up Chauncey Jenkins from Old Dominion. He's a transfer from Old Dominion. He's averaging around 11.5 points per contest. He's probably their best three-point shooter, shooting at about 42% from behind the arc. And then also, too, they will return Dylan Adewusu, the former St. John's transfer. He's averaging around 8 points per game this season. Not quite the start to the season that I think he had hoped for, but he's still off to a pretty decent start. But the Seton Hall offense, I mean, they've really struggled. I mean, when you look at a lot of their stats, they're towards the bottom of the Big East, towards the bottom in college basketball. They're averaging just 60, 61 points per game. Their rebounding has also taken a big step backwards. They're rebounding about 34 rebounds per contest. Last year, with the help of Bediako and Richmond, they were around 37 rebounds per contest, so they've really fallen there. Some other stats as well. I mean, really this defense of Seton Hall is the strong suit. They're ranked top 40 in the nation according to Ken Pom in defense efficiency. They'll give up about 60 points per game. And when you look at a lot of their stats, they've only given up 70 points this season twice. They've only given up 80 points once this season. They're coming off of a tough loss against Rutgers where they lost on a buzzer beater 3 by Dylan Harper, but they played probably coming off one of their best games of the season. Their best game of the season was probably a win in overtime against VCU in the Charleston Classic. That was probably their best performance of the year, but very close in the game against Rutgers. However, Seton Hall has yet to play a quad 1 games this season, so a lot of their wins have come against quad 3, quad 4 opponents. So this will be the toughest task for them this season against Villanova, and their offense has really struggled. You have to remember too, I mean, this is a team that won the 2024 NIT. They were the champions for that tournament, so they just missed the March Madness last year, but they've really struggled so far in this season. So as for the game tonight, Villanova and Seton Hall, Eric Dixon now the leading scorer in the nation, 25.8 points per game, ahead of Green Bay's Anthony Roy, who scored just 11 points the other night. So keep your eye on him, but also Wooga Poplar. I mean, how good of a 3-game stretch he's had, not only doing a great job at scoring, but also rebounding. He leads the team in rebounds with over 6 per game. 7:30 p.m. tip-off tonight for the Big East, Villanova and Seton Hall. 7 p.m. our pregame coverage will begin. Looking forward to it, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cats!